Hello, Assalamu alaikum. How are you? So, Eid Mubarak to you all. So, this is the day of Eid. So, I'd like to congratulate all of you. So, may Almighty give a very good life in the day of Eid al Adha. So, in today's discussion, we'll discuss about the relationship between the India and Bangladesh and the politics which is ongoing between the Bangladesh, India, and particularly the neighbor country besides Bangladesh. For example, Bangladesh has a very good relation with India. Even at the same time, Bangladesh has a very good relation in the perspective of Pakistan, Nepal, Bhutan, more than 20 plus Asian countries. Bangladesh has a strong affiliation and relation from the economic perspective, from the socio-political perspective, even from the investment perspective. But you know that whenever the political parties they would like to establish their own maintenance, own ideology, they willfully spread that Bangladesh has a smart affiliation with Pakistan, Bangladesh has a smart affiliation with India, but this is actually not true. As a country, Bangladesh has a strong mandate, a strong affiliation, a strong friendship with Asian countries. Without the strong relationship, it's actually not possible to established to keep the legacy of our independence, to keep the legacy of our economic independence, social independence, of the political independence, but only for getting the vibe in the political sectors, more than the political parties, more than two or three political parties in Bangladesh. They used to say that Bangladesh has a strong affiliation with Pakistan, Bangladesh has a strong affiliation with India, but it is actually not true. As a country, Bangladesh definitely provide this type of opportunity which can easily provide these circumstances, make a very good relationship with the neighbor country. In the international politics, it is said that whenever you have a very good relation with your neighbor country, then your economically benefit will be solved out. The second reason is that in international law, it is said that without the help of the neighbor country, a country never get the success in the political autonomy or in the perspective of the economic independence. So for the two regions, actually, Bangladesh has the responsibility to make a very good relationship with the neighbor countries like Myanmar, like Pakistan, even like Afghanistan also, including India. So I don't think so. For example, whenever the Awami League regime was taken all the powers, they willfully established that Jamaat Islam had a strong affiliation with Pakistan. Even right now, Jamaat affiliated groups, they willfully says that India has a strong affiliation with with Awami League, but it is actually not true. Every party, actually every democratic party, they have to make a very good relationship with the other countries only for the existence of the country. For example, Bangladesh is a teeny country. Bangladesh has a short economy, Bangladesh has a nominal economy, rather than India has a huge amount of opportunity, huge amount of economical endowment. India has the political development. So it is actually possible if India help us in different types of perspective, then Bangladesh's problem will be solved out. For example, Bangladesh has a strong affiliation in the business sector, investment sector with the Indian businessman, Indian politician. So this is actually provide the good vibes in reshaping our political environment in Bangladesh. But whenever we will establish that if you have a strong affiliation with India, then you would like to resell, then you'd like to sell the Bangladesh to India. It is actually not true. In international law, diplomacy is based on the wealth, diplomacy is based on the conversation, even sometimes diplomacy is based on the economic embargo or the political embargo. For example, if I'm saying about the political diplomatic consolation, political diplomatic relationship between the neighbor countries, here there is a doctrine. The doctrine name is Nehru Doctrine. So on Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, the one of the prominent figure of the Indian politics, he once said that would like to establish the Hindustan, which has established during the time of the Ashok regime, during the time of the Salatanat, during the time of Mughal regime or the Mughal Salatanat. So this is actually not possible to re-establish the Hindustan, rather establishing the subcontinent in the political flow of the Indian development. For example, India literally a very big country for more than 32x than the Bangladeshi perspective and Bangladeshi regime. So in that perspective, I think that Bangladesh definitely tactically make a very good relationship with India and Pakistan, because you know that Pakistan is also economically sophisticated. India is also geographically sophisticated. So Bangladesh is a middle class country. Whenever you are a middle class country, then you have to take the help of the other countries for your own development, for your own instigation, for your own enhancement. There is actually no problem. But I think that the problem is only for the political reshapeness. The political parties, they definitely spreading these types of ideological vandalism throughout the people, towards the people, for their own vote and own vote bank. So never do this for your own development, rather making the development of the common people. The concept of the democracy always says that the development only for the people. So if you can make a very good development procedure with another country, first of all you have to say that which types of development, which types of profit you can get by this relationship, because in diplomatic relationship totally based on the interest. Whenever you have a strong interest over the matter, then only you can invest more than 100% in that perspective. Then you can get the highest opportunity of investment and profit in that procedure. For example, Sheikh Hasina regime, Sheikh Hasina has taken lots of effective strategies to make a very good relationship with the West Bengal people. For this region, Sheikh Hasina willfully provide 3 to 30 tons of mango during the time of a mango season. Even Sheikh Hasina also provide more than many more hills of fishes from Borishal to Kolkata for make a very good relationship. This relationship totally depend on the diplomatic relationship, and you know that according to the international law, diplomatic relationship always provide a formal relationship. So I think that as a small country, Bangladesh should nurture these types of advancement. Bangladesh should nurture this type of relationship for our own development and welfare procedure. So I think that the present or existing politician, they will totally follow these types of ideological and paralogical citation and development procedure only for the upliftment of our political insight in Bangladesh. Here I'd like to mention another quote that whenever there are two countries, one country is a big country, another country is a small country, then it is true that the big country have a dream to occupy the small country. So this example will be apply in the procedure of Bangladesh, because Bangladesh is a small country and India is a very big country. So according to Article 25 of Bangladesh Constitution, it is said that Bangladesh need to make a very strong relationship with our neighbor countries. That means we are friends of all but malice to none. And for these reasons, Bangladesh will never make any kind of censor. Bangladesh will not make any kind of statement during the time of Palestine-Israel war, during the time of Palestine Iran war, during the time of Iran versus Israel or American war. This is the strategy of Bangladesh. Even Bangladesh is in a very good position for the strategy. But in the future time, Bangladesh should pressurize the neighbor country, because you know that in international law, not only in the international law, it is a sophisticated principle that survival for the fittest. So as you know that right now Bangladesh's political condition or the economic condition, it is not good. But in the future time, after 30 or 40 years later, Bangladesh definitely will be in a very good position in the political entrepreneurship and the political development. And I'm waiting for this day, and in that time I will also alive, and in that time I will also make another videos for the political education of our common people. Our common people right now usually says that Delhi or Dhaka, Delhi or Dhaka, but it is actually not true. As a diplomatic assessment, we have to bargain this procedure by the diplomatic way, not in Facebook, WhatsApp, social media, X, and something else like that. So I'm not a expert in that procedure, but I think that I have to share my opinion regarding this factor, because this is related to the international law and the international politics, and I have a strong mandate and expertise in the international law. From this perspective, I can say that we should not spread something which is against the policy of Bangladesh or the Bangladeshi mandate. So having lots of deficiencies in our diplomatic conscience, I believe that Bangladeshi government, they will reshape their diplomatic strategies. They will reshape their diplomatic statement for making a very good realization over the Bangladeshi political development in the future time also. So while I'm talking about the relationship between the neighbor countries, in that time I have to also talk about the pressurize on the neighbor countries. In international law, power politics is everything. Whenever you have power, whenever you have money, you can occupy everything. For example, the biggest example is going for the Russia and USA. So I think that whenever you have a huge amount of money, they will definitely reshape and recreate the operation procedure over the rich countries or the neighbor countries. That will tactically increase your development strategy, that will tactically develop your individual capacity throughout the stakeholders of the international politics. So from this perspective, from the past experiences, I would like to say that definitely Bangladesh should take the strategy for the future mandate or the for the future political environment. So after 10 years, Bangladesh's political behavior and the political environment will be fixed, inshallah. So in the time, I have a request the government from the three perspective. The first perspective is to, whenever the political government will re-establish in Bangladesh, then I have a smart decision to them that please make a very good realization to the neighbor countries, because neighbor is everything for making a very good nation regarding and reinforcing the political development. The second reason is that we have to change Article 25 of Bangladesh Constitution, because friends of all doesn't mean you are a poor man, you are a layman, or you are a vulnerable man. You have to act like the cunning fox, because Machiavelli, Nicholas Machiavelli, one of the political philosopher, once said that as a ruler, you have to act like the cunning fox, as well as you have to maintain the character of a fearless tiger. So I think that Bangladesh will definitely follow the strategies for the diplomatic enhancement in the future time, inshallah, and I will make some very important and relevant video in the time after 20 years later, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.